Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in front of you we'll see Kingdom Come Superman, my second favourite Superman, my first being Christopher Reeve Superman, both released by Todd McFarlane's. So yesterday you would have clocked me trying out different light modes on various figures, and it was more like a dummy run just to see what I thought of it. There were some things I liked, some things I didn't, but we're going to do an official one with 3 figures, this one being the first of Kingdom Come Superman, and this piece of equipment I'm using is in neutral light mode. So I'm going to start the light sequence. Well, let me get in close first at this figure because I do like him. He's awesome. I've put the energy effects on. I'm not really thinking about it, to be honest. You can put them anywhere. They look good on him, or not have them at all. But let's start off with the old light effects. That's kind of a yellow. Still yellow. Green. That's coming close. That's still green. That's kind of a blue. That looks good from there. Let's do another one. That's like a lilac. Excuse the wobbly camera. Not bad. That's purple. That's red. Obviously him being in a red wash kind of makes this look more dynamic. That's more intense, that red. That's sort of orangey. Not bad. That's like a rainbowy one. And that's back to white. So I'm going to leave it on the colour I like best as we go towards it. And I think that is it. The blue wash on the red wash of the figure, and that looks good. Close up, that looks good. From far away, let's get some angle shots. Okay then, let's just take it back and bring on the next one. So here's your next one, the Flash. And look at him. Now I actually thought I only had 2 Punch Comic Wave figures. As I said in an earlier review, they were John Constantine and Black Mamba, but I forgot about this one. And he came out around 3 or 4 years back, probably for about 30 quid, and all of a sudden he was dropping down to £11.99, and I thought to myself, I'll grab him, but I never did. And then he disappeared for a while, and then I saw him a couple of months later and he was £11.99 again, so I bought him. And I just like the whole look of him. He's kind of supposed to be a bad guy according to his backstory, but I bought him in because of that head sculpt. It kind of reminded me of Nightmare Flash, so I quite liked it. So what we'll do is we'll start the light show, see what it looks like. That's yellowy, more yellow, green, green again. That's the purple that I quite liked on the Kingdom Come Superman, and it looks good here. That kind of purple. Or is it the blue? It's actually the blue. Yeah, I'm wrong. It's the blue. That's the purple. And that don't look too bad either. That's kind of a purple. That's a red. Come back a bit. Quite like the movement in that figure. Coming close. Let's do another red right close up. Not much difference, but it looks better coming back. That's orangey, rainbowy, and I think we're coming back to neutral. So I'm going to put him in the colour I think suits him. So I'll move it along. I think that's it actually. Quite like that. Let's get some close-ups. Yeah, I think overall I do like that. Trying not to wobble, I'm afraid, but it's kind of a bit tricky holding this lighting thing and clicking the colours. So let's bring up the final one. So this is your final one then, Hellboy. Let's get some angle shots, and he does look good. Now I've been after a Hellboy for a long time before I finally had to settle for this one, and why I say that is he came to me loose, so you didn't get everything with him. And I know that when you bought the packet, obviously the one in the packet, you got the horns with it. The weapon he's got there is similar to the one that he has, but it's not the one. It's from an accessory pack, Todd McFarlane's, with a flame effect. But yeah, you get the horns with him. You get a version of that weapon. You get I think little things to do with the Bible and sort of crosses with chains on it, and the change out of that bigger hand there. I think you can get one where it's sort of a gripping hand, and another one where it's kind of, I don't know what it's doing, but yeah. So I look for this one on the internet, and it comes up every now and again, but not quite all there for me to want to buy it, and sometimes it's the price. But yeah, that's the neutral light on him, and we'll start the show. Just going to put it on pause. So here we go, let's start the first colour wave. That's kind of yellow. More yellow. Green. Greener. That's the blue. That tends to work with all the figures. Coming close. Looks good. Oops, sorry, it's a bit wobbly, sorry. Let's go on. Purple. Red. Let's get him in close on the red. He does look good. I'm going to pose him with his sidearm and take that big gun off him. I'm just going to carry on with the light show. Orange. Sort of rainbow, and back to white. So I'm going to change out that gun for his hand weapon. So we've got it on neutral light, and I'll put that weapon in, and I'll show you that close up. And you can actually split the gun open so it looks like you can load it as well if you wanted to. And he does look good like that. And on his back, that's what also came with the figure. If you've seen the first film, you'll know that figure, because Hellboy has to go to a graveyard to seek information, and he eventually forces him to help him. And this geezer here is very reluctant to do it, but he wants to rest in peace, so he helps Hellboy. So that's why he's strapped on the back like he was in the film. But I've had him strapped to that tree there, that dragon tree, and that looks good. So let's start the light show, see what that looks like. That's the yellow. I suspect it's going to be the blue one that's going to, because that's green. Yeah, I suspect it's going to be the blue one that's going to look good, and it is. Do like the way that looks. Let's take some angle shots. So Ron Perlman appeared in Hellboy twice, and I liked them both. And then he quit the role, and this image on his face I suspect is based on Ron Perlman's look. And then the guy that took over, and Ian McShane was in that, playing a father figure in the third Hellboy film. He was alright, and it was pretty violent, but apparently it flopped. And then I saw the last one called, I believe, Crooked Man, and he wasn't very muscular, because Ron Perlman was kind of muscular and so was the other guy, but this last one wasn't. And it seemed to be all set in this cabin in a forest. There's no other locations, and so I didn't like it. And it was like a TV movie anyway. And I think Hellboy comes out of Dark Horse Comics, and the other two figures you've seen today are obviously DC characters. So let's change the lights. That's purple. Okay, that's a little bit deeper in the purple. That's the red. It's the blue sort of mood of light, and the red, I think, lifts this character. Let's hold that one, go red. That's deeper red. Okay, let's bring it back out. That's an orange, and that's a rainbowy one. That's back to neutral. I'm going to put it on, I think, possibly the red. Let's look at the blue. I've done the other two in blue. I might do one in red. Yeah. Let's try the deeper red. Does look good. So yeah, that's the first official posing, well, not very much posing going on, of 3 figures: Superman Kingdom Come, Flash, and Hellboy. And it's given me some ideas. When I get back to basic posing footage, depending on the dynamic I create on the platform, I'll use one of the lighting modes I've shown you today. But I'm going to stop it now on this lighting mode, which is red, with Hellboy there on the platform, and say thanks for watching. I'll see you again next time.